Hey guys, it's Sam with Ready Set Go. Welcome to the video. Pleasure to have you guys aboard today. In today's video, we're going to discuss how much money, how much of a bankroll you kind of need to start trading binary options. A lot of people that get into binary options, they're somewhat in the wrong mindset. They're looking for a get rich quick type of, investing strategy. And that's wrong. You should never go into anything you do. There's no such thing as a get rich quick strategy. No matter what people say that, oh, I'll teach you how to make $10,000 in 2 weeks. That's all, excuse my language, but that's pretty much bullshit. There's no automatic way of trading binary options that guarantees a return. If you approach it as a form of investing or a type of, skill set that you try to acquire over the long term to get a profit, that's the mentality you need to take. That's the right way to look at it. You know, there's a lot of things that go into binary options that you're going to have to spend hours and hours on the internet learning about. And once you develop that strategy over the long run, that's when you'll start to notice that you are able to, turn a profit. So if you're going in with the mentality that, I need to turn this $100 into $10,000, what's the easiest way for me to do it? Binary options aren't for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. A lot of people that go into binary options are the same people that, trade penny stocks, which I personally believe that no one should ever trade penny stocks. There's a very small percentage of people that are able to make profit trading those, low volume stocks. And the same is true for binary options. The same is true for poker. The same is true for blackjack. All of these things have a sense of inherent gamble, but if you do develop the right strategy that's tailored to your, trading style or your playing style, whatever it may be, then you can get a slight edge where over a large enough sample size, you do come out ahead. So, and then by a large sample size, I mean, when I was playing poker, a sample size to see whether or not you're profitable was almost 10,000 hands, 10, 20,000 hands. And, people would play a long time before they knew whether or not their personal strategy was going to make them money. And that doesn't mean that you sit down for one day, trade options for, a couple hours, and then you say, oh, you know what? I made a 200% return. I'm going to keep winning. Like whatever I'm doing, I'm going to keep on making money. That's not true. And the reason that's not true is because of variance. You know, this is a game of statistics. So whatever you do in the short run, it's not a large enough sample size for you to accurately predict whether or not that's going to continue to be profitable. So that's kind of why, when you do start, don't start with, if you have only a couple $100 to invest or to start trading with, I personally would probably wait. If that's, that's your only source of capital to invest with, don't do binary options. Binary options, since they have an inherent higher risk with them, you should consider it somewhat of play money. And by play money, I mean money that you're willing to expose to a higher risk level. And if it does go to zero, you're not necessarily hurt. You should have a underlying long term investing strategy. And this is a small percentage. Binary options should be a small percentage of your overall portfolio, your overall capital level. All right. So, that's why but if you are in that situation where you do have, consistent cash flow going into your long-term investments, your underlying investments, and you have that solid foundation, and you have a little bit of extra money that you do want to develop a higher risk strategy, there's other options out there. You could go swing trading, gap trading, even day trading in a sense, but all those strategies also require time investment, learning what signals and what indicators to look for in your underlying in the asset you're trading so that you are able to make the right call 50, 60% of the time. Right? It's not really a guessing game. And I think a lot of people that get into binary options, they believe that it is a guessing game and that they just have to guess correctly and they make money. It's not true. So if you are going to start trading, first things first, understand that variance is a part of trading. You know, it's not going to always make money. It's not going to always be an uphill experience. And if you're a beginner and the first time you deposit money and you start trading and you make money over the next week, that's not going to be true over the long run. Everyone at some point experiences down variance. And that down variance is where you truly get a sense of whether or not this is going to be profitable over the long run. Your emotional and psychological state in those down variance moments is key, because a lot of people in poker, what we called it was you'd go on tilt. And essentially, tilting was you're in an emotional state where you're frustrated, you are sick of losing money, and you start making the wrong calls, you start making the wrong plays, and you deviate from your strategy. And even if you deviate for a very short amount of time, you start to experience a even bigger down variance swing. And that's when you get to zero or you just go broke. So developing that emotional state where you understand variance is going to happen, you have a large enough bankroll to support that variance is number one. And the next thing is, once you understand variance, you got to understand proper bankroll management. And proper bankroll management is essentially that you are playing within your limits. So if you make too large of bet sizes, essentially, let's say you have $100, and for every trade you're making trades of $10, $15. Let's say $10. Let's keep this exact math. So you have a bankroll of $100 in your account, and you're making bet sizes of $10. All right. That means you have 10 trades. If you miss 10 trades, you get 10 losing trades, you go to zero. All right. And that's not a huge sample size. 10 trades is not that much. So depending on the amount of money you have, you want to have a certain number of trades that if you were to hit a bad streak, of down variance where you're losing trade after trade after trade, you're able to ride through that downswing and then get back to, if your strategy is good, you'll ride through that downswing, not go to zero, and then ride the up variance back to a point where your bankroll is again even or you're in a profit. So making sure you play or you trade within these ranges and you're allocating your bet sizes proportionate to your overall bankroll is key. And this is what this is just these are personal numbers. You don't necessarily have to sit in these. Some people, depending on your strategy, you could be even more conservative than this and go higher than the 40, or you could be a little bit more aggressive if you have more capital that if you can replenish your capital, then you can always be a little bit more aggressive. But at the end of the day, understanding that you need to play within your bankroll and moving up and down is key. Like, it's not an ego thing. Never let your ego get into the way of how you size your bets. All right. So, I mean, at the end of the day, who's going to know? If you move down from 50 to 25 per trade, who's going to know? Like, that's just so you yourself don't go broke. Like, there's no ego in this. Like, making $100 bet sizes, that's nothing. That's just for you to make money. Who are you trying to prove to anybody? So it's make sure you take that ego element out, and that comes back to the psychological element of trading binary options. Like, it's a very, very, any type of trading, any type of any format of that involves inherent risk at this level, there's it is a sense of gambling. Like, it's not as safe an investment as putting your money in a mutual fund or an ETF. Like, those are safe, much safer investments than going into binary trading. But if you do have those long term, like I said before, as long as you have those long term investments, this is a small percentage of your portfolio that you're trying to up your ante on, then binary options is a great play. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, if you guys do want to trade, the key here is, another important aspect is, choose your broker properly. Like I said, some of these brokers, they do have really, really low first deposit requirements. You can get down to $10 as your first deposit, and I would recommend against that. $10 with the bonus. If you take the 100% bonus, you get $20. That's not enough. Trading with $20, you're not gonna be able to ride that down variance. Like even at $1 per bet, that's only 20. So in your first 20 trades, if you don't get lucky or you experience some sort of down variance, you're going to go to zero. Then you're going to have to deposit more money, and that's just a psychological toll that doesn't put you in the right mindset for trading. So if you do want to start trading and you're going to, start with $1, $2 bets, at least deposit $100 to $250 of play money. That's key. Like if you lose that 250, it's no stress. So that's pretty much what I wanted to get across today, guys. Like, a lot of people have been asking me, I got $100 to invest. Where, what do I do? Where would I put that money in? If that's all you have, you're just starting out, I would say save that $100 or add it to your 401k or a mutual fund. Like it's a much safer bet than going into binary options. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Thank you guys again for watching. If you do want to sign up for any of the brokers listed on here, I'm going to toss their links down below in the description. Obviously, they are affiliate links, so I do make a few bucks for making these videos and trying to teach people about binary options. So really appreciate it if you do use those links. All right, guys, thank you again for watching. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment in the comment section below, or you can find me over on my blog at www.readysetgo.com. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.